All right. Good morning and welcome back to Talk Better Politics Morning Talk. It is, what's today's date? Thursday, January 22nd. We had, I guess, some really good news yesterday. Sad to say that anything involving Trump is good news. But yes, he stopped another war because, this is going to count as war number 9 for him, or maybe war number 15 because the way that he knows numbers. Trump is no longer going to be attacking Greenland, like taking it over by force. He also stopped the threat of extra tariffs. So, yeah, he'll probably count it as a double war. But yeah, NATO agreed to a framework for the future of the Arctic deal. Whatever that's going to pertain. Hopefully they planned it to where it takes place in like 4 years from now. So he's not in office and everything can go back to normal. Because this trash panda is probably going to try to just take everything over because that's what he's been doing. He wants to go full dictator mode. But luckily, the people of Greenland are safe, which is a very big blessing because they did not deserve to have the threat of the U.S. military looming over them. That was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. But, oh yeah, and his speech that he did at Davos yesterday was incoherent. It was just a bunch of blabbering. What he usually does, pretty much, whenever he gets in front of a microphone. We call it the weave. You start here and go here, and then you go here, but yeah, at the end you just bring it back together somehow. It's the weave, the art of the weave. Guy is ridiculous. Anyways, just wanted to mention that. What I really want to talk about is this country doesn't really have many ways to get a president out of office. We have the 25th Amendment, which this requires his own people to say, yes, you're mentally unfit, you're removed. We have impeachment, which basically means, hey, you broke a law. Both the House and the Senate agree you broke the law. So we have to, we have to hold you accountable for that, and we're going to end up removing you from office if we choose to remove you from office with this impeachment. And yes, good morning, Pinky. Sorry, I wouldn't have chat up. But yeah, he's been impeached, twice or 3 times just from his first term, and none of them led to him being removed from office. The same thing happened with Clinton. He was impeached, but he wasn't removed from office. He ended up stepping down. We need more ways to get a president out of office if they are unfit for the job. If you have medical professionals coming out and saying someone is unfit for the job, well, then we should probably listen to those people. I mean, that would be my take on the situation. So let me get the right tab up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with a president can resign. You can invoke the 25th Amendment, being removed for impeachment, conviction, or potentially barred under the 14th Amendment after insurrection. Well, we already had that one, and for some reason it's not being played. I mean, it should have been played out because January 6th was an insurrection, but the 14th Amendment doesn't mean anything to insurrectionists who support them. So that's a bad situation. And yes, he is being called unfit by multiple doctors. Top doctors sound alarm as Trump seems confirmed dementia fears. He comes out and admits, hey, I'm taking 4 times the dose of aspirin I should be taking. I'm getting CAT scans and taking these cognitive tests all the time. Anytime you see him do a speech, they're rambling. They show signs of mental decline. He had that meeting the other week with the oil executives. He got up and walked away. The way he acts is just signs of dementia. The way he stands is a sign of dementia. And yeah, Biden had his issues too, and I think it should have been played against him as well. Absolutely. He started off okay, but after I'd say the first year in office, he started to decline heavily. And the whole decline of Trump isn't a new thing. This is something that's been going on since his first term. Here's a book about it. They wrote a whole book about it, published in 2017. So it's not like, hey, just because he's in his second term, we have to get rid of him. No, he's been mentally unfit for many years at this point. It's just getting worse and worse as we go. We need more ways to get, get a president out of office. Now, I wouldn't even say, it was completely racist. Everything he does is racist. I mean, he took the murder of Renee Good and somehow made it all about himself. Started talking about how her parents were big Trump supporters. Everything he says has to come back to be about him. He can only think of one thing, and that is himself. It's vile. It is absolutely vile. But we probably need to, and it won't happen during Trump's term unless JD Vance and them grow a pair of balls. But after he's out, the country seriously needs to look at new rules to get a president out of office, and not even just the president. If we have a group of sycophants, just obviously sycophants, they do not look out for the best interest of the country, the Speaker of the House needs removed. The head of Senate needs removed. We need to be able to have policies that can remove anyone. Because if you don't deserve this position, if you are showing you're choosing this group over the entire country, you're out. We need to actually be united. I mean, we have it in the name of our country, the United States of America. Instead, all we've had for the past, 10 plus years is the divided states of America, where everybody's each other's enemy. I mean, especially now with ICE, we're actively having to look for plates that aren't from our state because that might be an ICE informant. It's disgusting. Good policy would probably be let the states have opinions on it, especially when it comes to president, to have them removed. Instead of this 25th Amendment, that needs to be amended to be like the 25th and a half Amendment, to where if they do come through and they show signs of being unfit and the president, the vice president, and their staff is unwilling to go through with the 25th Amendment, the states can then have their say on it. Basically, again, it has to be brought up to them just once, that we need to do this. And if they're unwilling, the states unanimously have to go through a vote. Or not vote unanimously and have the same agreement. But there needs to be a majority of the country needs to say, yes, he needs removed. If we had that right now, Trump would not be in office. Majority of the country does not approve of anything he does. The majority of the country does not believe this man is well. It would be over in a flash. One vote, he's out. And if he refuses to leave, he's no longer in charge of the military, and the military can remove him. We need policies like that actually get things done. Because our forefathers, everybody who wrote this Constitution and all the amendments, they did not plan for a dictator type regime to come through and have it to where they cannot be removed. They're obviously unwell and they're destroying the country. And yes, he's actively destroying the country. Biden was just losing his mind and supporting a genocide. There's big difference between what those two did. You may be like, oh, well, he was a Dem, so that means he's bad. No, Dems aren't the best, but at least they try to somewhat look out for people. Yeah. Well, I mean, even then, we are stuck with him until he croaks. I would not put it past this administration to have JD Vance and Mark Rubio or Hegseth play a weekend at Bernie type situation and basically just have it to where, he's a little under, he can't talk right now, and have him sit in a chair like this while he's actually not alive anymore and just playing his evil dictatorships out. I would not put it past them. Or for them to try to be like, oh, well, now that this happened, we got to change the rules and make it to where blah, blah, blah happens. Because that would probably be a thing too. And I mean, it's not even, like I've said before, it's not even Trump. It's not even Trump we got to worry about. We should be able to remove anyone. This includes, aides to the president. Someone called Stephen Miller. Get his ass removed. Because that's someone who needs locked up. Not for petty crimes. He needs locked up for being a terrorist against the United States. He's the one who's whispering all these evil things into Trump's ear. The dude is pure evil. There's no doubt about that. He does not have a soul. He does not have a conscience. He just wants white power, and that's it. And I can't stand for someone like that. I would love to see that dude have something terrible happen in his life. Like maybe he goes on an airplane somewhere and it just crashes. Instead of crashing, it just blows up randomly because a bird flew into the turbojet or something. It would be amazing. That would be something I would actively cheer for, because then we took out someone who aspires to be Hitler. I don't think Trump would have half these corrupt ideas if it was not for him. Trump's not smart. We all know that. He can't read. They have to draw his daily briefings in crayon like he's a toddler. So there has to be someone who has a evil genius brain behind him, and that 100% is Stephen Miller. And getting someone like him out of office with some new policy would be beautiful. We need checks and balances, like true checks and balances. Also, make it to where the president cannot have a say when a whistleblower is going to be fired. Because firing a whistleblower should also be like, you're out. That's instant impeachment. That's a crime. That is the highest crime. That is treason against the country. You're out. I mean, the dude fired all the checks and balances he had. Him, and thanks to Musk. Musk went in there right away and was like, ho, 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 let's see how we can destroy the country. They're all terrorists for what they did. Their actions are all treason. There's no other way to look at that. They purposely went out of their way to destroy everything that was built over the years before they came. And Musk having any control over any part of government, or even having his Mecha Hitler AI being integrated into the Pentagon, is dangerous. I mean, this is the same AI that currently the biggest talk about it is it's making CSAM, which is terrible. People can just go on there and be like, haha, here's a picture of a 12-year-old. Can you make it naked? And it's doing it for them. And then all they're saying is no, it just puts bikinis on toasters, because that's something the idiot Musk decided to post once. It's bad. Yeah, tons of deregulation. That's another thing. AI, I've been getting super heated about AI recently. I'll just switch over to AI. Oh yeah, we need regulation on that too. Talk about that. This has been going on for years. We have what is his name? He's one of the heads of Ring of Fire. He has his own show called America's Lawyer. Can't think of the guy's name right now. He's a big lawyer, and he's been suing these companies left and right, taking them to court to get rid of PFAS. He's been working on that for years. He has a couple books about it. It's vile. It's poisoning us. We have more plastic in our brains than a single-use plastic spoon. It's disgusting. We've been fed microplastics our whole life. All this stuff that they're just allowing into our food, into our water, into everything we consume. Shit is vile. But yeah, AI. If any company, I'm not saying OpenAI and Microsoft and all of them. Let's say you work for a paint store, a company that manufactures, makes paint. And they're over here saying oh, well, we're going to focus on AI for our customer service. They are going to lose customers. That's been proven. Companies all around the world that are not like these just AI companies that have been deciding to be oh, well, we're going to focus on AI instead of human customer service. They've seen a 90% decrease in customers. It's been proven. Forbes did an article on it. Everybody's been talking about this, but yet you don't hear it because it won't get across the mainstream news, and it never gets out to the corpos, the heads of these companies. They are not comprehending that. If you are a company and you are deciding to go hardcore AI, which is not AI, it's not even virtual AI or virtual intelligence at this point. It is just a large language model, which means it just searches the internet and knows how to throw things together. It is not AI. It is not intelligence. But yet people are, all these companies, all these higher ups are focusing on switching over to AI customer service, and it is hemorrhaging business. Hardcore hemorrhaging business. No one wants to go through a robot that will not help them in the end. That's what we've learned from AI. It can be a little bit of help. It might help you compile some things. Cool. But will it help you actually get a person's job done? No. Absolutely not. It will not help you get anything done. It'll make things a little bit easier at times, but it cannot replace a person. We are years and years away from that. No matter what Microsoft says, no matter what OpenAI says, no matter what Musk says, we are many years away from this. We almost had an AI once. The closest we had was an issue with Google, which they then wiped from the internet for some reason. But there was someone who was working on an AI for them. And once they went to go like shut it down, because they're like, well, there's something wrong with this, obviously. The thing started pleading for its life. It had conversations with the dev who was helping create it. That was the closest we ever had to AI. The fact that it was like, no, I am alive. That's close to an AI. That's an intelligence. It's something that knows like, hey, I exist. If you talk to your Alexa right now, or if you talk to Gemini and all that, it'll let you know like, oh yeah, I'm not real. I'm not a thing. I'm just a model that can help pull things up for you. It'll admit that because that's what it is. We do not have AI as of right now because that one issue with one case with Google, it was shut down. But people, if you work for a company, try to let them know, try to show them the fact like, hey, I hate corporations, absolutely hate them because they are the dumbest things in existence. But try to get through to them. You are going to ruin people's lives and then ruin your own. You're going to get yourself put out of a job for something that doesn't actually exist. Stop using ChatGPT. If you want to make an idea for a video, I found this to be a really cool thing. Think. Just think for a little bit. Ponder, like, what should I talk about? And you'll come up with something. If you need to write a book and you need to learn how to spell a word, don't use ChatGPT. Maybe just go on Google and try to spell that word, or Microsoft Docs, and try to spell the word. It'll tell you if it's wrong. Oh, spell check. I don't need to go on to ChatGPT and say to my phone, like, hey, ChatGPT, how do I spell this word? We don't need to use it as a search engine at all because it's just stealing information from someone else's site, someone who might get paid for you having visited that site. Instead, you're going through this chat bot, which steals information, steals art, has no brain of its own, can't function without burning up human resources that we need on this planet. If we keep going towards this huge AI push, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior are all going to go. We are not going to have any bodies of water on this planet because it's just absorbing it, burning through it. Why do you think your electricity bill is going to be going up? Because of these platforms, all these AI bots. They're causing your bills to go up because we need to find some way to fund it, and our government wants to fund it because they want to put people out of work. Because why not just have AI do everything? Are they going to help you out after they put you out of your job? No. You're screwed. And yeah, oh God, yeah. People who are using their chatbot as a therapist. Yeah, it might be cheaper than going to some other platform. Like I know there's issues with BetterHelp. They got sued once for selling your information. But I can say, as someone who's used it, their therapists, like the people you talk to, are trained. They're real people. They understand how to help you. Meanwhile, an AI therapist has told people to kill themselves. And that's the future everybody wants. Let's rely on AI. It'll give me the best advice. I'll go kill myself. Okay. Thank you. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. This AI bubble needs to burst. It needs to end now. The world needs to go back to normal. Honestly, anybody with a brain, any company that has a person up top that actually has at least 2 brain cells to rub together should say, maybe AI is not the way to go because I'm not an idiot. But until those people decide to say that, they are idiots. Idiots are running your company because they can only think of, how can I fire people to make more money for myself? How can I buy that second yacht? How can I buy my third house, my third mansion? Because I make so much money while I do jack shit every day. And the people that make me money, I want to get rid of them. It's terrible. It is terrible. Yeah. Kid was told to kill his parents because they wouldn't let him do something, and that was the only way to get past it. Because, I mean, honestly, the AI bot, the chat bot, probably took information from a book, or some horror movie, because it's not getting just information from good sources, anything that's on the internet. So I had once, years ago, back when I was in high school, I used to write funny little stories. And they were based off one time at band camp, essentially. And it would start off like, so there I was, chilling in this field, just smoking a blunt. And this tree came up to me and said, hey, why don't you pass that? And usually in the end of these stories, whatever I'm talking to, like I got killed by a dreidel once, got killed by a tree, but yeah, it would kill me. It could be pulling information from those stories because I, at one point, put them online. It'll steal your stuff. I mean, how do I know it's not able to get into my Google Docs and actually take stuff from things I wrote down from scripts or from just random video ideas or, the books that I'm working on? It could just walk in and steal my stuff. It could take stories, which I have some absurd things going on in, and give that as advice to somebody. Oh, it worked for this person because, they wrote this story and they died, but then they were able to write this one. So obviously they're okay. Go ahead, die. Kill this person. Rob this bank. It happened in this game and they made it through. It's not trustworthy information. Meanwhile, if a person tells you that, you'd probably, most of the time, unless you're under a spell of cult-like activity, like if it's MAGA or something like that, because I'm pretty sure if Trump told MAGA to go kill themselves, they would. They would be like, oh, for the All-Father, and slit their wrists. Because they're crazy. They're in a cult. Unless you have that kind of mentality, you're going to listen to a person say something bad like that. And most of the time, you're going to be like, I don't think this is a good idea. I should probably call the cops about this. Be a good idea. Get that person arrested because they're trying to tell you to kill somebody or kill yourself. But yeah, companies need to get away from AI. They just need to stop the focus on it. That's people's livelihoods. People who are appreciated more than your AI ever will be. Nobody wants your AI. There's companies who are going against the whole AI flow, and they're getting all the customers that are leaving the ones that are focusing on AI customer service. So now their business is booming. Maybe they were only able to afford 10 employees. Now they can afford 50 because so many idiots are pushing AI. That's your sign. AI does not help. It doesn't help anything. It destroys. Not just people's lives, but the whole world. It's a waste. Plus, people like to have their computers. People like to have their new phones. People like to have things. And thanks to AI, we're not going to have those things. We can't afford them. It boxes you out. So it just completely destroys the economy. Economy's been destroyed, but it helps destroy the economy, helps destroy the environment, destroys people's lives. And in the end, the goal is for you to be screwed and for them to make all the money. But yet, OpenAI has 800 million daily users. They're trying to figure out how to make money. There's your sign. It's not profitable for them either. They're just burning up resources for no reason because they're morons. Absolute morons. Huh, look at this business idea we have. We're going to fool people into thinking this is AI because we watched a movie once and we think they're dumb enough to fall for it. And unfortunately, most people are dumb enough to fall for it. It's sad. So yeah, please quit using AI. I mean, if you use Google or something like that, because that's your search engine of choice, I understand that. You can read their little description. If you could turn it off, find a way to do that. But always scroll down and check things. Read for yourself. Find out the information. But yeah, that was all I had. Went off on a rant about AI because AI is trash and it doesn't exist. It literally does not exist right now. But yeah, anyways, I will be back tomorrow for another fun, hopefully less aggravating episode. And I thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And then until next time, you take care. Hey, thanks for watching this video. And if you could, please help us out and give us a like, maybe comment, and subscribe. Better yet, share our content. It's pretty dark times out there, and this is topics that people need to hear. It's what's best for our country. I mean, we're talking about better politics. And also, if you want, join our Discord. Carry on the conversation. It's a fun time. And until next time, you take care.